Welcome. In this video I will play through the Crusader Kings 3 tutorial. Feel free to pause the video whenever you need to so you can read the text or read tooltips at your own pace. Let's start. New game, play tutorial. And we're going to play the tutorial. Welcome to Crusader Kings. You are a medieval ruler. Yes, we are. So these first few steps will tell us how to control the camera with your keyboard, and of course to zoom in and zoom out. It talks about the speed, and if you played any previous Paradox titles, it works the same with a pause button and a play button, and you can speed it up or slow it down. We have tooltips. We have a lot of tooltips in Crusader Kings 3. We have tooltips and we have tooltips within tooltips. So we are playing as the petty kingdom of Münster, and we have our ruler here. We get some information about the realm and primary titles. And if we click our character, it takes us to the capital and we see the borders of our nation. And we are ruling over others. Tomon here is our own land, but we also have vassals. We can click the character to get back to this screen. And we can see that our character have different skills. And different traits. And as I said earlier, pause this video, read through all these texts by yourself if you want to. I'm not going to read everything here. You can pick the parts you like. You can pause it whenever you feel like to. And of course, you can pause it on the different tooltips. And also these traits affect how other characters react to us. And other characters have an opinion of us. It can be low and it can be high. And of course, a character with a low opinion of us will be unwilling to help us. And the character with a high opinion of us will be more willing to help us. And gold is always good. You can use it for a lot of things. Prestige tells us how respected we are. And we can earn prestige from a multiple amount of ways. Some of them this guide tells us about here. And the prestige comes in different levels of fame. You can tell that we are currently established and we are progressing toward distinguished. Piety, same there with levels of devotion. We are beautiful and we are progressing towards faithful. We have lifestyles that our characters can pick. And we have diplomacy, martial, stewardship, intrigue, and learning. And as you can tell from the description for each one of them, you get some more information about them. But the more interesting thing is when we start clicking them, we can pick different lifestyle focuses, and this will give us experience that later on will allow us to pick different types of perks. You can read the information about these different focuses yourself, and later on you can check out all the perks. You can do that by yourself. a lot of things in this game happen through interaction with other characters. And this is our heir, and by right-clicking him, we get a lot of different options how we can interact with him. And for this specific tutorial, we're going to send him a gift. Now we have increased his opinion of us. And by checking out his opinion of us, we can also tell that received a gift plus 10 and it's going to decline by 1.2 a year. And of course, in Crusader Kings, game is not over when you die, because you're playing a dynasty, not only the character. So if we die, we will start playing as our heir instead. The only way it can be game over if we don't have any heirs left. And we can see our house here, and we can see the dynasty tree here in the background. You can explore this one more closely by yourself. And we have succession laws determine what will happen if our ruler dies. Will our heir get everything, for example, or will the land be split among different siblings and things like that? We have a realm screen where we get a lot of information about our current realm, and we have a specific one here for our succession and how it will work. In this case, all children inherit equally, so our land would be split up. Marriage. So our ruler is not married, and we need to change that. We are going to right-click him, and we can pick between a arranged marriage or find a spouse. And for this tutorial, it wants us to find a spouse. And we can filter the screen. We could go for age. We could go for fertility. I mean, if we want more heirs, we want them to be fertile. And you could go for alliances. And traits could also be interesting, because some traits can be inherited to the children's. So if you want to pick up good traits that your kids may get, this one could be very interesting to check. You can also see the characters here. First off, the traits they have, but this trait is the one that can be inherited. So you could find some really fancy stuff here, some good thing, hopefully not some bad thing. You can also tell what house they belong to, and if there is a potential alliance here. It's going to pick the first one. Maybe we get an alliance just for fun here. And we got an alliance out of it. And yeah, I went a little bit ahead. I got married here before the tutorial told me to, but yeah, we got a job done. And this one recommends us to find a spouse for our son as well. So let's do that. Find a spouse. And we already have the same settings that we used the last time. And it's going to pick the first one just for fun here to get it done quickly. And dynasty and houses, family is important. The heir will always come from your dynasty and most often from your house. Land and titles. Not everyone will be landowners, but every plot of land on the map has an owner. Different titles. And they are based on a tier. And every tier belongs to a title one rank up the chain. Sometimes the king is not in charge of every title in his kingdom, because some titles might be outside his borders. And we can see it here that our duchy title is this whole area of Munster, but our nation is just this part. So we are missing a part here that belongs to our title. And we could see the 3 counties that belongs to this part. We have Thomond, that's held by ourselves. We have Oremond, that's held by our vassal. And we have Desmond, that's held by a neighboring ruler. So holdings, we can put the buildings in holdings. So by clicking our holding here, we can pick between different buildings. And this tutorial recommends us to build a bastion and curtain walls. And you can see different levels here of it. It's going to take 3 years. And every holding provides taxes to their holder, and if a holder is a vassal, they will pay taxes to their liege. As a ruler, you often have vassals, and you find them in the realm view. And of course, you want to keep your vassals happy. There is a vassal limit, and if you go over this limit, you will probably get in some trouble. Realm is the complete body of land and title that you own, including areas held by vassals. When the word domain is used in the game, it instead refers to the land that you own personally. As you remember from this screen, that this was our part, this was our vassals part. So the realm is all of this, but the domain is this part. And there is a limit to how much land we can hold personally. And of course, managing the realm is a lot of work, so we have a council to help us with that. And we can change the council members' tasks, what they do and what they focus on. And of course, we can change the council members. We can also interact with them by right-clicking them. Schemes is our long-time goals aimed at other characters. We have a intrigue view for the schemes, and currently we don't have any schemes going on. And we're going to start our first scheme, and we're going to do it against one of our council members. And we want to sway the bishop. And see if we can get him to like us a little bit better, because right now he's not that fond of us. Now that we have a ongoing scheme, we can also see it in the view. You can tell for how long it will be going on and what we do. There's also hooks and secrets, which we can get from schemes. And we can use these to blackmail people or get other advantages. And now we have a hook versus one of our vassals. And we're going to use this hook to affect the feudal contract we have with our vassal. So changing things in our contract, as you can tell, would give us tyranny, and the subject would lose opinion of us. But by using this hook, we can get rid of that so they don't lose opinion on us. Now over to war. And of course war is an important part of Crusader Kings. We have a military view. And the first thing you need to do when a war starts is to raise all armies. And of course, to start a war, we need a reason, a casus belli, against another ruler. And you can fabricate claims, but there's also a lot of other ways to get claims. For example, the thing here with our title, where Desmond doesn't belong to the rest of our kingdom, we actually have a claim against them already. And this talks about the different speeds in the game. You can speed up the time and speed down the time. So now it's time to go to war. We're going to declare war versus Desmond. And we're going to use this title that split our land. We're going to use that casus belli for the war. We're going to declare war. And we're going to use the de jure title as our casus belli. We have one ally, they don't have any allies. So we are officially at war. Now we're going to raise our armies. A special button pops up for it, or we can also find a button here under the military view. And when we raise armies, they show up here. And we give it some time. You can see the army increases here, because it takes time for everybody to rally. And ooh, a wedding celebration here. So we can get the money, or we could get some prestige. And I think we're doing fine on money, so I'm going to take the prestige. Let's see if we can get some more armies, or is this the whole army here? Seems like it, so let's attack. Ooh, a declaration of love. Sure, you flatten me, my lady. Queen Mentisa will attempt to win my heart. And it's a bell. And look at that, we managed to win. We can also use this one to get some information about that victory again. And we are working on this siege, attacking the enemy holding. You can also see the war score that tells us if we are winning or losing. And here we can follow the siege. And there it is, we have the siege. Victory is near, and we can enforce demands on the enemy ruler. And the demands we're going to make is that they will become our vassal. Victory. Now, of course, since the war is over, we are going to disband the armies again. And this is actually the end of the normal tutorial. I played through it before, so I don't get the ending information the same way. The tutorial is officially over here, but when you finished it, you get this information buttons that you might recognize from other Paradox games with different tips and advices, things you can do. And more of them may pop up as we keep on playing. And sometimes when our wife here got pregnant, sometimes when different things happen or you do different things, tutorials may pop up for just that part. Let's see if we have any of them right now. Doesn't seem like it. But yeah, that's the tutorial of Crusader Kings. Let me know in the comment section below if you have any questions about the game, and I will try to answer them the best of my ability. And of course, if you found this video helpful, press that like button. And if you're new here, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.